Public service announcement. For all the brothers hitting me up last night about my live chat, and I was talking about the thing that your ex is thinking after a breakup, and how for a lot of women that man's absence is actually a blessing. For all the guys that hit me up, because a lot of y'all hit me up and y'all was upset. Let me tell you something, man. It's not my fault. Let me move this out the way a little bit, actually. It ain't my fault you made yourself so easy to replace. I don't know another way to say it. I'm not even trying to be heartless and cruel and, unforgiving or bashing y'all. Look, it ain't my fault you made yourself so easy to replace. The way that you treated that woman, the way that you talked to that woman, your own delusion that whenever you got with that woman, you thought you was the only one that thought she was beautiful and you was the only dude she could ever think was also handsome and cool and interesting. And you thought that's like God just stopped making men. Like after the relationship ended, after you played in her face, like she wasn't going to find nobody else but you. All the billions of people in the world, but once you came into her life, you just shut off all her senses. It may have seemed like that for a little bit. It may have seemed like that while she wasn't using her common sense because she was so in love with you, because love makes fools out of even the most intelligent people. But I guarantee you, the moment that you got out of that woman's life, just like any other sickness, she's going to come back to full health. She's going to come back to sound mind. All of them senses that went out, they're coming back online, baby. You made yourself easy to replace. Let me tell y'all something. Men, women, children, whoever may be listening. For a man who is insecure, and it's totally possible as a man you're insecure because of real reasons, you've been hurt, etc. Your security with a good woman is going to come from the needs of hers that you meet. No good woman is leaving a man who meets her needs. Let me know if I'm tripping whenever I say that. Ladies, let me know if I'm tripping whenever I say that. As a woman, as a good woman now, you're not leaving anybody who's meeting your needs. No woman is leaving the place where her needs are consistently being met. So all of the security that you're looking for in a relationship, fellas, and I'm really wanting to talk to my guys out there that was a little uncomfortable with the message from yesterday. You ain't got nothing to worry about if you're meeting that woman's needs. Now, if you deal with a little girl, because I'm not of the belief that every woman is of the same ilk, of the same caliber, every woman just don't work on herself. I'm talking about cream of the crop women, right? Because if she's young, she may go after the guy that just flashes something or lies to her. She may go after that. But if you got you a good woman, bro, a woman that appreciates a good man, a woman that developed herself, worked on herself, a woman that, doesn't take handouts just for every little thing. Even if she has to get down and get some help from somebody, she wants to pay them back. A woman that don't treat people the way that she gets treated. Women that don't snake people. If you're dealing with a good woman, bro, all you got to do is meet her needs. But the problem is y'all get upset because y'all not meeting your woman's needs. And then you want to come over here to somebody like me or whoever else might be in her life as a big brother, as that trusted male that's going to give it a real, ain't got nothing to hide, nothing to lie about, and try to get mad. Hey, look, everybody know I'm not perfect and I never pretend to be, but I'm never going to lie. Like, let's keep it all the way real. Or if I am lying, ladies, men, tell me if I'm lying. No real woman is going to leave a place where her needs are getting met. So if you are insecure about that woman leaving you, it ain't got nothing to do with nobody else but the fact that deep down you're not meeting her needs. And with that being said, you make yourself very easy to replace. Whenever you neglect the woman, you blaming her for not pretending to be secure in a space where she's not made to be secure. But you blaming that woman for responding to the fact that you're neglecting her. And so there are guys out here who are ready to pay attention to her needs, et cetera, et cetera. And now you want her to avoid that and deny her common sense and deny her natural inclination towards safety. That's exactly what they're supposed to be on, safety. The problem is, you ain't providing it. You want to talk to that woman any type of way and then get upset when the man has edifying words, encouraging words, inspirational words for that woman. Bro, you ain't got nobody to blame but yourself. Now, if you are a man who's handling your business and she's still out here giving attention or, acting like she could be gone at first month, you really ain't got nothing to worry about, because then you would be an evolved man that's likely to get to go on and upgrade, et cetera, et cetera. But y'all be so worried about a woman upgrading from you instead of saying, how do I become the hardest act to follow? And so you get mad, and I'm just here to tell you, because look, same way I'm the ladies' big bro. For you guys out there, I'm your big brother too, man. I'm just not going to enable you in your delusion. But if you want to make it hard for you to be a act to follow, first off, if you're a hard act to follow, you're also very difficult to replace. You're also difficult for a woman to not even want to be with you. Like, you know what I'm saying? But back to what I was saying. Those of you who are making it difficult, or rather, should I say easy, to replace you is going to come because how you talk to that woman, how you treat that woman, how inconsistent you are, how safe she does not feel whenever she's with you, how validated and seen she does not feel whenever she's with you. That's the quick. If you wanted something quick, I gave you something quick right then and there. You ain't even got to stay the whole rest of the video. For those of y'all who are so concerned, oh man, women out here, they move on quick too. Now, for those who are just joining in, let me kind of give you a little bit of backstory. Yesterday, I had a conversation about why a man's absence is likely a blessing. Depending on how he treated you in a relationship, stop thinking just because it hurt whenever that man left you, that automatically you took a loss. You didn't take a loss. His absence was likely a blessing. Well, there were some guys who hit me up and they were upset. Hey man, what about the ones that do this? There's some women and I tried everything and she always, had her eyes going out there. I'm like, okay, if she's a woman that is getting treated well by you and her eyes still all over the place, more than likely she's a little girl mentally. And those girls, they exist. Okay, I'm not here to pander. They exist. But if you got you a woman that was solid, that was holding you down, that was checking on you, even whenever you could not communicate that something was wrong, she still was making sure you were straight. If you had that type of woman that was at times not even getting her needs met, but was still showing up for you until she just couldn't anymore. Stop blaming whatever attention that she's now giving to the next man on her character and understand that you made it easy to upgrade. You see, whenever you give a woman a bottom tier experience, she may hold on for a while. Oh, she may suffer and endure for a while. But at some point when she finally gets done, it's not going to take long, one, for her to upgrade just in terms of the peace that she has without you. Two, for another man to come in and he might just be okay, but he's going to feel levels above you if you gave her bottom tier experiences. And so I would advise you as a man, if you know that you struggle with insecurity and, at times you've been jealous in the past, et cetera, either you're continuing to choose the wrong type of girl, no doubt about it, that happens, or you're getting the right woman and you're treating her wrongly. And so now you don't have security. It's just like if you got a nice house and you ain't paying them bills on time, you're not going to feel secure in that house. You know you're not paying your bills on time. And with a good woman, guess what? You got to pay them bills, brother. You got to show up. You got to invest. Rent is due every day. And so if you get into that nice house of a woman and you can't afford the payments, you ain't got nobody to blame but you. Yes, the eviction notice is coming soon. It's coming very soon. And you ain't got nobody to blame but yourself. You made it easy to replace you. You thinking because you got her, this is a tricky thing. And I talked about this before, but let me say this again. This is the tricky thing about a good woman, man. This will be fooling a lot of us. We get with a good woman. Y'all treat us like, oh my gosh, you don't see nobody else but us. We're king. We can do anything. All your energy comes to us. I mean, blinders on. Everybody's a blur. And we think that's permanent. Like we think not only is it permanent, we think it's one and done. Like once you said it, you forget it. Like, oh, we got it. We cool. We good now. We don't understand that kind of treatment from anybody, but especially a good woman, is perishable. If you got to work on yourself every day to continue to elevate and become the best version of yourself, guess what? What you're able to pour from all of that you invest every day also needs to be reciprocated every single day. Now, with that being said, let me tell some of you ladies why to be very careful not to date when you're broken. If you had a guy that gave you bottom tier experiences, why you need to take some time to just have a selfish season. This is why that link that's pinned, if you're on Facebook, I don't know if we're showing up on YouTube. Let me see. Let me put it here. If you're on YouTube, I just commented it. But if you're on Facebook, that link, the Selfish Season Challenge, that's what I'm taking my self-count in a circle through. because those are the women that have had bottom tier toxic relationships with somebody who wasn't reciprocating their energy. And now they're in that space positioning themselves for what they truly deserve because it's so easy to upgrade. Here's a mistake. I'm going to be real with y'all where a lot of women make this mistake. They get out of a really toxic relationship and they know the whole time you were in that relationship, you knew you could do better than that guy. And the truth is you could. But then you go to somebody who's also still not on your level, but they're better than what you're used to. And this is why you got to have that selfish season where you don't go based on what you're used to, what you're familiar with. You don't just get better than what you had. You get somebody who's better than the absolute best you could cultivate in your season of singleness. If that man is not an upgrade from your singleness, you need to remain single. If that man is not able to add to your peace, facilitate you to your goals, your best self, your highest self, propel you towards your full potential better than what you could do by yourself, then somebody is using you. And this is the purpose of a selfish season. This is why I'm taking my inner circle through this and why I've done this for the last 2 years. And for those of y'all that want to get on the selfish season challenge, again, the link is pinned both on YouTube and Facebook. It's also in the caption whenever you back out, but you can have a selfish season on your own. However you establish yourself, reestablish yourself, remember who you are after dealing with somebody who is acting like you was average when you're not. And matter of fact, while I'm here, because I ain't going to be here for a long time, I'm here for a good time, not a long time. Let me tell you some things your toxic ex is going to do in this season. And this is why I do the selfish season challenge, because a lot of games that a lot of guys are playing these days, a lot of y'all don't know them. But what they're going to do is when they see you focusing on yourself, getting back to that peace, when they see you remembering who you are, when they see you reestablishing your purpose, when they see you adopting healing and sustaining strategies for day-to-day peace of mind, which is all a part of the selfish season challenge, when they see you reestablishing your circumference that's going to protect this new version of you, they're going to spin the block. They're going to spin the block first off with guilt trips. Why you leave me like that? How is you really committed if it's all it took for you to leave? All it took was for you to fight for the relationship by yourself until you got tired of fighting and you left and now you're mad. That's one way. The toxic ex is going to try to get you back. The toxic ex is going to try to get you back with guilt. He's also going to try by leveraging everything you was asking him to do and articulating that as him being ready. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Oh, man, I'm ready to go talk to the lady. I'm ready to be consistent. I'm ready to give you flowers. I'm ready to prioritize us. I'm ready to make time, not spare time. I'm ready to stay out the strip clubs and the nightclubs. I'm ready to stop hanging with such and such. I'm ready to set those boundaries. All the things that you was asking him to do in a relationship, get ready for him to now spill all of that as things he's ready to do. He may even do 1 or 2 of them just to try to give you something to hold on to reignite that hope. That's another thing your toxic ex is going to do to try and spin the block whenever you finally having that season of selfishness that you should have had a long time ago. He wants your eyes to light up. That now that he's broken you, he's ready to do all the things that would have kept you from getting broken in the first place. Don't fall for it. Okay? Don't fall for it. Now, if that don't work, what he'll do then is try to get you to believe he's doing all those things for the next woman. Because a lot of women do hurt over the fact that they gave their best self to a guy who took everything to another person and, that woman's just enjoying all the fruits. He'll get another woman and flaunt her in front of your face with all the things that you was asking him to do. Now, at this time, he might have actually given up on a relationship with you, but nonetheless, if he can make you feel some type of pain, that's going to be as close as he can get to revenge. Don't fall for it. He's still trying to get you back. He may not be trying to get you back in a relationship, but get back power over you. Get back control. Get back some investment from you. That's another thing your toxic ex will do to try and spin the block in your season of selfishness. If you're not careful, if you don't do the selfish season correctly, so many women just take a season of being by themselves and they call that like, okay, I'm just by myself right now. I'm healing. Look, time without the right work does not heal anything. Can I keep it real with y'all? Time without the right work. If you just isolate and go into your bubble, just like a broken limb, that if it's not reset in surgery and then allowed to heal, but if it's set in whatever broken space, you're just going to set that in stone, whatever broken place you are in. So many women, they isolate, but what they're isolating is the version of them that can't let anybody in. That's overprotective. So you spend a year, 2 years, quote unquote, healing. What you're really doing is letting the dust settle. And whatever that broken place of you is, it's going to set in stone there too. You got to do the right work. So when I talk about a selfish season and me doing the selfish season challenge, that's not about you just being alone and isolated and devoid of love and connection that you really want. That's good to have some level of detachment from those things so you're not over dependent, you're not codependent on those things from any source. That's good. There's some good to it. But if you don't take the other steps to a true selfish season to get back to your best self, to reestablish what your actual best self is, so you can now pursue that and then align who's going to help you get there. One thing that I teach in the Selfish Season Challenge is that there's 3 versions of us. There's our norm, where we're at right now. There's our survival mode, which is pretty much based in the past, what we're familiar with. And then there's our best self. Whenever you're dating, you should be dating understanding that you have a survival mode you cannot go back to. And if he's a survival mode provoker, he must go. This is what I teach in the Selfish Season Challenge. This is one of the things I teach in the Selfish Season Challenge, because you got to identify her. And then you got the version of you that's here right now, and that's great if the man is there right now, but he has to be growth oriented. But then you got to understand there's a best version of you, and as you're assessing that man that you're going to spend time with, invest in, does he have the capacity and is he on the trajectory to meet you there, to help you get there? Now, that's toward the end of the Selfish Season Challenge. But in the first part, you're really just establishing your best self for yourself. From your morning routine to who you're cutting off, to the boundaries that you're setting. Again, this is a series of modules. It also comes with my book, From Heartache to Happiness now. Audio and ebook comes included with the Selfish Season Challenge. You ain't got to get it. You ain't got to look. You ain't got to do this. You can go with your own resources by somebody else. If you want my modules, if you want my content, lifetime access to me every week to ask questions as well, click the link that you see pinned down. Me and my Self-Crown Inner Circle, we just began the Selfish Season Challenge. If you want in, if not, cool. Whatever it means to get back to you. Because what I want for y'all is to be aware that as you level up, that's one of the most painful things for a toxic ex. Him to see that you leveled up, that you achieved peace without him, that you continue to be successful without him, and most of all, that you went on to be properly loved, not from him. I'm gonna keep it real with you. That's one of the things to say, yep, even if she's pregnant. Oh yeah, that whole pregnant thing, don't get caught up on that. He's starting to be, because they'll especially go make the next girl pregnant if they know that you wanted a baby, if they know that you wanted a family. Whole time she don't even know what she just got shackled down to. I'm not here to shade the next woman, but she don't even know what she just got shackled down to. Moral of the story is this. Brothers out there, if you're insecure about your woman, and you got a good woman, but if you're insecure, if you're jealous, more than likely, something in you is telling you that you're not rising to the occasion of her needs being met. No good woman is leaving a place where her needs are consistently met. Now, I ain't talking about just money. Yes, that's a part of it, but I ain't talking about just money. No good woman is leaving a place where that man is attentive, where he's consistent, where he's compassionate, where he's protective, where he's caring. No woman is leaving that. You ain't got nothing to worry about it. That's what you're showing up as. And should your woman be ready to leave, and that's what you're being, now she the one taking the loss. You ain't got nothing to worry about. Either way, you ain't got to get mad at me or her. But no woman is going to stay where she's taken for granted forever. Use your good sense, brothers and sisters. Oh, for those saying check out the book, yeah, this is not available publicly. This is not, if you go on Amazon, it's not on there. This is not going to be available publicly for the next 6 months. From Heartache to Happiness, the Big Brother Advice You Never Knew You Needed, which honestly is my favorite book to date out of all 11. This is not going to be available publicly. This is strictly for my Self-Crown Inner Circle. And that includes those who get the Selfish Season Challenge. So if you want access to the audiobook, it's available now inside the Selfish Season Challenge. If you want access to that and the ebook right now, the link is pinned down in the comments, also in the caption. Even on YouTube, it's pinned as well. But yes, audiobook is in my voice. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here. I just wanted to drop that on y'all. Ladies, when you get to focusing on yourself, leveling up, that toxic ex is coming back to waste your time again to see if you still dumb. If you got something of value from this, share it, because somebody else in your timeline probably need to hear it too. Bless them the same way you got blessed. I'll holler at y'all later. Y'all be good. Peace.